The Dalish prisoners escaped safely?
We got them away free and clear.
Good. Whatever my frustrations with them, it feels good to have helped my people again. Thank you for allowing me to help. The chance to infuriate Elganon was a reminder of simpler times.
You said you found the Dalish frustrating. Why is that?
It is unfair to them. I lived for thousands of years, and after I imprisoned the Evanuris, I slept for thousands more. I awoke in a world that had forgotten the ancient times almost entirely. And those who tried to remember Elven history, like the Dalish, had gotten so much wrong.
I suspect them calling Elganon and Gillenane and all the rest gods didn't go over well with you.
Indeed. To see that the history the Dalish worked so hard to preserve was the propaganda of tyrants was vexing. I tried to explain the truth to one clan. When I convinced them that I was truly Fen'Harel, they attacked me. After that, I hid my explanations behind the facade of having witnessed events in the Fade.
And every mage knows that what we see in the Fade might not be literally true.
Yes. The Dalish had no reason to believe me. I could only watch as they continued to worship Elganon, though we may have seen the last of that tradition, at least.
You and Elganon were really tearing into one another back there.
I needed to goad him to anger in order to distract him.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, while all of the Evanuris were monsters in their own ways, Elganon was the worst. Or perhaps it is more honest to say that his were the faults I found most objectionable. You have met him now, heard his voice hammering at the doors of your mind, and you have met me. Can you see how he and I might frustrate one another?
The way the two of you argued, it didn't feel like enemies. It felt like family.
How so?
Family knows you better than anyone, and that can be good or bad.
I had not thought of it that way. But yes, we had centuries to stoke the fires of our hatred. I saw his rise to tyranny coming, and could not stop it. And he saw me disrupt his plans for dominion time and time again.
All right. I can see how you and Elganon would hate each other.
He has always been what I most feared becoming. Callous and uncaring, his arrogance unchecked. To have that much power and no one to remind him that he could be wrong.
Well, he had you.
And I suppose I had you.
We would have had a hard time getting out of there without your help.
I did not spend this long preparing you only to lose you to Elganon's machinations. No, I am sorry. That was poorly said. You have earned better from me.
Okay.
When we first met, I saw you only as a foolishly confident child who disrupted my plans. You were an irritant. I gave you information to oppose Elganon out of necessity, but I expected you to be nothing more than a tool. Seeing you with your team, I was wrong.
I appreciate you saying that. Couldn't have been easy.
The only thing worse than being wrong is realizing it, but being afraid to change. Elganon's pride is no greater than mine, but he denies any failure on his part, and I at least try to acknowledge my mistakes. Your team trusts you, and you listen to them. It is impressive and enviable. It took me centuries to build such a bond during my rebellion, and when I served the Inquisition, I tried to avoid entanglements.
What about the Inquisitor? Does he not count as a friend?
He does. One of several I grew fond of despite myself when I was with the Inquisition. There was also Cole, a spirit of compassion I helped adapt to our world. He was the only one who knew who I really was. I miss him a great deal. Josephine, the Inquisition's ambassador, was a bastion of kindness and decency in a world that looked down on elves and apostates. Even Cassandra Pendergast of the Order of the Seekers, she was what a believer should be: faithful, practical, committed to serving, not ruling. I suppose I did bond with the Inquisition after all, as you have with your team.
Thank you for sharing that. So what comes next? What are the gods going to do?
Elganan and Gillenane are preparing the dagger they will use for their ritual to pierce the veil. Elganan's power is tied to light and darkness. He will need to perform a ritual during the next eclipse.
That gives us some time to prepare.
It is likely to be your last chance to do so. You must be ready for whatever comes, for this world and for the team that trusts you. I know that you will do everything in your power not to fail them.
So now Elganan's recovered his own archdemon, and the gods only need an eclipse to complete their dagger.
We saved the Dalish, though. That's important.
But now Elganan's immortal, so long as his archdemon lives.
And we all know how hard those things are to kill.
We killed Razikale, didn't we?
After losing hundreds of wardens, and it took a centuries-old trap to do it. We don't have either of those. Not anymore.
Just when you think the tide's in your favor, it turns right back.
Okay. We always knew this was going to be hard, right? And yeah, maybe it's a little harder now. More than a little. But either we stop this, or all of Thedas falls. So we see it through. All the way. Because no one else is going to.
Nice speech, Rook. But it's hard to complete a contract if you don't know where the target is.
We found the gods before,
Not without help, we didn't.
so we get help again. We've got allies everywhere now.
I can think of a few options, but I'm open to suggestions.
Wardens have run dry. Nothing new is moving in the deep roads.
And the Veil Jumpers couldn't find any trace of Elgranon or his archdemon.
The crows may have something. The Antam are moving large quantities of supplies out of the city. Weapons, armor, gatlock. And several storehouses worth of food, what little we had left. It's enough to feed the Antam Navy for 3 months. Or all of Treviso for 6 weeks.
Given the timing, it seems unlikely to be a coincidence.
Wherever those supplies are headed, that's likely where we'll find the gods. Any more details from the crows, Lucanis?
They said the Antam have long work ahead. We have time. Also, Biago would like a meeting. At your earliest convenience. From him, that means important, but not yet urgent.
We've got options for what we do next. Figuring out where the Antam are taking those supplies should put us on the gods' trail. That said, the Venatori aren't up to anything good in Minrathous.
Not to complicate things, but the Inquisitor also wants to meet Rook.
Right. With everything he's been doing in the south, we owe him an update.
I'll let him know.
Today could have gone better, but it could have gone much worse. We fought off the Venatori and rescued the Dalish. That's a win by any standard. Rest up. And be ready to go. Next time the gods appear, let's make sure it's the last.
Oh, book club second meeting. Okay, let's read this. Book club notes, second meeting. Notes for our second book club meeting. Attending, Bellara, Neve, Harding, Emmerich, Lucanis, book, Mistress of the Scarlet Moon, chosen by Harding. Notes taken by Bellara. Notes. Harding felt the archery scenes were very unrealistic, spent several minutes demonstrating that the shots described were completely impossible, broke 3 lamps. Emmerich thought, protagonists made very realistic decisions, felt the number of songs in the book was excessive. Bellara, me, lost copy of the book, halfway through reading it, was still able to guess the plot twist correctly. Neve commented that the book made her hungry, elaborated that it was not the blood. Lucanis felt the book accurately conveyed the boring parts of being an assassin, did not enjoy the book. Dice rolled and Lucanis picks the next book, Freed from the Evaneris. Today, in coordinated strikes along the eastern coast, agents of Fen'Harel liberated slaves bound to Andruil. The slaves had their life forces cruelly bound to magical wards that were supposedly set to defend Arlathan against enemies from across the sea, but which were in fact being siphoned for Andruil's personal empowerment. These slaves are now free, recovering their strength in safety. People of Arlathan, the Aveneris would have you believe that such suffering is necessary, that your only worth is in service, and that they must bind you to protect you from outside aggression. They are lying. You are the strength of Arlathan, not them. When you see the truth and are ready, call to Fen'Harel, and he will break your shackles. About the freed slaves. We got word from the warding sites. Many dead, far more than the casualties we inflicted. The story being spread is that we killed everyone. Andriel's servants made examples of a few, and claim the Dreadwolf is trying to weaken Arlathan by attacking servants and destroying the wards. It's hard to tell what people really believe now. I know you're likely berating yourself reading this. Just remember the faces of the people we saved. We can't control what the Aveneris do. And yes, we have to keep playing up the Dreadwolf. People need someone they believe is strong enough to protect them, or they'll never join us. Don't worry, I promise to mock you viciously if you ever start believing those stories yourself. Valasan. Alright, so let's see what we got. 2 local missions. We also have a Bellara update and a Taash conversation. Okay, well let's pick up these 2 little quick ones. What's this? Message from Enrathis. Rook, we heard the wonderful news coming out of Arlathan. You're doing, we're told. The Venatori are still reeling from their failure, and Dorian's caught wind of some of their most recent plans. Drop by the shop when you can. Mivaris. Oh, exciting stuff. Definitely will do that. A letter from the Hosberg wetlands. Rook, we have continued to study changes in the Blight. Our latest findings are very interesting and disturbing. We can't let this spread continue. We'll catch you up the next time you're in the wetlands. Antoine.
Dock down safe at last.
For another day at least. A week if we're lucky.
There's the old Neve, expecting trouble.
I'm never disappointed.
And never unemployed.
But stopping Aelia, we did good.
Savor it. A hunt that ends well is rare enough.
Hey, you up for drinks? I'm taking Bellara to the Hilt for drinks with the Lords of Fortune. You should come. Isabella's paying.
Sounds fun. I'm in.
Oh, I am totally in. Yeah, let's definitely do that one. Bellara needs to pick me up.
Hey, Rook. Irlin and Strife reached out. They finished preparations for Syrian's funeral. I could use someone to come with me. If you're able, just let me know, okay?
Sure thing.
100%. So the next things I'm doing are both of those 2 things. So we'll do this first because it's the fun one. And then I'll do the sad one after. Oh no, I'm in the wrong outfit. No. I have to change my outfit. Again. Yes. Horns and Halla at the Hilt. Bellara joins Taash at the Hilt for an evening of casual drinks and storytelling.
So, Taash pries the enormous ruby out of the statue's eye socket. Except then it wakes up, and now it's real pissed that it's missing an eye.
Oh, my.
What kind of statue was this?
Big snake.
Like, the size of a horse?
30 feet tall. Had the size of a wagon.
How'd you get up there?
They carved the scales. Made okay handholds.
And now we've got a giant, angry, one-eyed snake statue trying to swallow Taash whole.
Wait, how does that work? Where would they go? Did it have a stomach?
Wait for it.
Best part is, while Taash is pounding that snake's nose, she's still holding the ruby in her other hand. Maker's panties, I was so proud.
Oh,
Ah, shit. They're still holding it. Sorry.
What are you doing?
Pulling a barb.
Oh, okay.
A barb?
Tradition in the Lords of Fortune, from one of our old members, Barv. Good guy, but like most of us, his plans went sideways a lot. Bad blood among your crew's not good for morale, but there's not always time for big, drawn-out apologies. So, when one of us screws up and we know we've screwed up, we do a quick 10 to put it right. Pulling a Barv. Oh, there we go.
I'm glad the Lords of Fortune have Taash's back.
Oh, Taash isn't the first non-binary member of the Lords.
Really?
It was a little before your time, but Horlicks was one of ours.
Huh.
Bastard looked better than I did in a dress or pants. And out of them, too.
Any reason you can't just apologize?
Sometimes people say, oops, sorry, and hope that fixes it. But they just want to get the whole thing over with. Trust me, I know. But pulling a barb, you sweat a little. Makes you think about it a little more. Shows the other person you mean it.
What if they mean it when they say they're sorry, though?
And that's the other reason. Some people mess up and get all dramatic. They make it about them. Oh, you know, I didn't mean it right. I'd never do that on purpose. They feel so bad about it that it's on everyone else to smooth it over and make them feel better.
Oh, okay, yes, some people might do that.
Pulling a barb puts it on the person who screwed up. They made the mess, they fix it, done.
That's a nice rule. We could try it on our team.
At least you'd get a workout.
Ouch.
I didn't expect the Lords to care about the stuff. Me being non-binary.
Kirkwall taught me about family. If it matters to you, it matters to me. I mean, to the, Lords.
Oh. Thanks.
Anyway, where was I? So, there Taash is, thigh-deep in a snake's maw and still holding the giant ruby in one hand. I yelled that we'll get them out of there, and Taash just yells back, "Get up its ass! I'll meet you in the middle!"
Okay, the stomach I get, but did it really have...
Hey, who ate the last breaded cheese wand?
Oh no, I'm sorry. I guess I thought, well... I don't know what.
It's fine.
No! They're your favorite.
Bellara, I know you're sorry, but you did mess up.
I know.
And what do we do when we mess up?
Yes, you're right. I'm pulling a barb. 1, 2, 3.
Heart's in the right place. Form's a little sloppy, though.
Bend your knees.
Love it. And I did all of that changing of my wardrobe for absolutely nothing, but that's fine. It's fine. There's never been a lot of writing about what happens after the last archdemon's fall. It was lifetimes away for the wardens before us, and our lives are shorter than most. I didn't think about it either. It's sad in a way. People couldn't imagine a day it would end, or that things would have a chance to get better, not as a break between the last bad thing and the next. A chance for Thetis to recover for longer this time, given all we've seen. Maybe it needs that more than we know. The Blight's changed, so stopping archdemons won't end our work. Maybe that should still feel sad, but it doesn't. There's a world here to fight for, and we can win. Excerpt from Evka's journal. A small blue flower is pressed alongside it. The Forest of Spirits. Bellara returns to Arlithum Forest to lay her brother Syrian to rest.
We offer this form to the sky, the sea, and the earth. Thanks, Rook, for coming. I don't think I could have done this alone.
He was a veil jumper. Or close enough.
Right. Close enough. Anyways, we need to light 3 more braziers. Each one represents an aspect of the self. It's been this way for centuries. It's part of who the Dalish are. Maybe the archive could have told me why before I freed it, but it's what I know and what I want.
I know it's hard, but you can do this.
I already buried him once. At least this time, it's for real. Let's head to the first brazier. Okay, the first brazier should be ahead somewhere.
How far?
However far it needs to be, I guess.
Bellara.
Hey, Irilyn.
Look, if you need to talk, let me know. I don't want our history to make things awkward, and I'm still your friend, you know? Anyways, time to light the first brazier.
Third, we give to the sky, to share your story with the sun and moon. Feels a little weird saying that one with everything we know now. It's not the ancient elf's fault that Elgernon is, well, what he is. Did I make the right choice? Freeing the archive? Losing that piece of who we were?
Not every question has a good answer, but who you are is just as important as who you were.
Syrian didn't want our people to be defined by our struggle. He wanted to go back to who we were before. He said that's when we were ourselves all the way through. But that struggle, it happened. It changed us into who we are now. Just wish it were easier to know. Okay. Next brazier.
It's unusual to see all these obstacles in the way of a funeral. Death's hard to deal with, though, no matter where you come from.
Each obstacle's supposed to represent grief and moving past it, literally. But, yeah, it's a little weird. Probably. Syrian would have laughed at it. Okay, on to the next brazier. What they did, the Evanurus, to us, I can never forgive.
With any luck, you can say that right to their faces.
Neve, what are you doing here?
What? You know I show up for you, Belle. They'd only let one of us come, though. The rest send their regards, especially Emmerich.
I'm just... Wow. Thank you, Neve, and everyone else.
Hey, as long as I'm around, you've got family. All right, go on and light the brazier.
Third, we give to the sea, to share your story with the heart of the world. We always talked about visiting other lands. Syrian and me, I mean. Maybe the Evanurus did just that. Conquered other people. Shattered them like they did the doors. What would the world look like if they'd left it alone?
The past isn't just one thing. It's all the little choices and events that add up.
Who knows what choices we would have made? If they would have been better or worse. But I keep thinking the Elven were the first people the Evanurus enslaved. They broke us and kept us broken. We survived in spite of them, not because of them. But it's still hard knowing what I know. Okay, on to the next one. Okay, one more brazier to go. I'd always get the words wrong. In the rituals, I mean. Syrian would laugh at me. Well, not in a mean way, and he'd help me. It meant a lot.
So why are there people waiting after the obstacles?
It's a reminder that on the other side of even the hardest days, people are there for you. I like it. It's literal in a really reassuring way.
Yeah, that's a nice thought. I thought Dalish clans planted trees for their funerals.
This is what we've always done, that I remember, anyway. Well, we didn't use ancient magic before. First time I went to a funeral was for my grandmother. I was 7, had to climb through a bunch of fallen trees. By the time I got to the end, I was dirty and tired and sad, but not as sad as I thought I'd be. So I guess it worked. At least a little bit.
Bellara, I'm sorry about Syrian.
Thanks, Strife. I'm glad you're here.
He was one of us, even if he never officially joined.
He died protecting Arlathan, even knowing the cost.
Saving the world. Seems like it might run in the family. Time to light the last brazier.
And a third returns to the soil, to blossom once again into life. And that's it. A Dalish funeral, or one version, at least. It hasn't changed much in centuries, from and to the earth.
I'm sorry this has been so hard for you, Bellara.
You know, I thought I'd be sadder, but I'm okay, mostly. It hurts, but a little bit less every day. Freeing the archive, was it the right choice? Does it mean Syrian died for nothing?
Well, you sent Anaris back to whatever nightmare he came from. That's not nothing.
That's a really good point. He wanted to reclaim our past, find the truth of who we were. He never got that, never found out what he wanted. But he did the right thing. And I got to say goodbye. That's worth something, right? Now I have to live my life for him, for me, and for our people.
That's all any of us can do. Just keep living and putting one foot in front of the other.
It's just hard. Sometimes. Harder than it should be. We'll figure out who we were, who we are, and we'll do it the right way. It's time we let the ghosts of the past rest. I hope you've found peace, and that we'll meet again. Goodbye, Syrian. I love you.
Bellara has performed the final rites. While she will always mourn him, her spirit is at peace. Thoughts on rituals. We gave Syrian a Dalish funeral. I don't know how he would have felt about it. It wasn't really that connection to who we were, but it's a connection to who we are, who we've been forced to be since we lost everything about who we used to be. The archive was a connection to that. Maybe we should have kept some of what we knew, but then I think about Anaris' ritual. I think about what else the archive might know. And what about the people who heard us? What if they learned what Anaris knew, tasted even a little of that power? What scares me, maybe more, is what if we learned those secrets and turned that evil against our enemies? I think I made the right choice for me and for Syrian. So, as of now, no one needs to talk to me, which is cool, which is fine. And I have the Wetlands, Docktown, Arlington Forest, Treviso, and Necropolis that still don't have 100%. So what I want to do is I want to go to Arlington Forest first because I want to try to get 100% because we had that new area unlock after Bellara went there. So I'm going to take Bellara. I'm hoping I might be able to get the last few chests here. Because I didn't explore any... Wait, Bellara. Wait, how do I get a... Are you kidding me? Okay, so just redid it in order for me to get everything because I know I missed a ton of stuff when I was doing it. Final notes on a mystery substance from a scroll found in the ruins, translated from Elven by Liara. I write this down to remind myself that I have not gone mad. Somehow Etriel found the rest of the substance. I confronted him, and rather than release it, he chose to consume it. Upon doing so, there was a sound, a terrible rending sound, and his form changed. It rippled and grew and shone with an unnatural light. And then there was power. Beyond any I've seen. I shielded myself just in time, but others did not, and of them, nothing remains, not even dust. I am leaving, for I am sure the Evanuris will soon come, but once again, the great Anaris shall evade their grasp. Extremely creepy, and of course, it was Anaris. Okay, so it's still 85%. So, yeah, I got some stuff, but didn't actually count for anything. Before we do any more story stuff, I really want to do these tiny mini missions. So I'm going to do the one in the Hosberg wetlands first. Oh, I'm in the wrong outfit. Bloody hell. Oh, you know what? I just don't care. We're just going to have to deal with it today.
Hey, Antoine. Evka.
I can still hear it. Though it is giving me a headache.
Please be careful.
With the container? It's very sturdy. I tested it.
What? When? And how?
Am I interrupting?
No. Our study of the new blight continues.
We know the gods changed the blight. We think it changed more than they realized, or altered itself after.
It's answering to something other than gods.
Okay. That's not good news, but you're making progress with your studies.
Yes. Well, there's more to learn, but yes.
So what's the blight answering to?
Remember the strange call I heard after the Lavendale battle? It was here in the wetlands.
We think the source is out a ways, towards the redoubt.
I can tell it's something large, rooted. A construct of the blight itself. An eruption controlling the rest. What that could mean. Everything that calls the blight impacts the wardens. We withstand it. But gods, archdemons, it all adds strain.
If the eruption calls the blight, then it could mess with us too. Spark the calling sooner. We'll lose ourselves, along with the wetlands.
Antoine, you hear stuff in the blight more than some of the others. Are you?
Yes. A little sensitive, but it's not calling to me. Not yet. Like everyone else, I'll know when that changes.
Should you have told me about all this? About the calling?
First Warden would have said no.
You're our friend. You chase archdemons and fight the blight. It seems fair you know what this means.
So how do I help?
Figured you'd be in. Remember those samples you found when we first arrived? Based on our studies, Antoine made an alchemical flame. It's impressive. It should destroy the eruption.
Theoretically. At least the last batch was stable. Mostly.
But if the eruption's controlling the blight and it gets attacked, then the blight around Lavendel might respond.
Yes, its roots are everywhere and spreading. I can feel them.
These people can't lose their blight experts. I can go after the eruption.
While we guard against nasty side effects here.
Stay safe. Or as safe as you can.
I've no fear when Efka's at my back.
You've always got me.
The blight poisons so much. Water, plants, animals, people. Some would call the wetlands dead already. But they're not. It's not too late. Whatever the eruption means for the waters, we can leave this place better. It's what we're supposed to do.
We'll take our stand in the sheltered glade. Meet us there when you're done.
Will do. I know I said I didn't really care about my outfit, but it's occurred to me that I actually do care. And that makes me much happier. Yes, it does. Small things, man. Small things. Oh, Bellara has a conversation.
Oh, Rook, you're here. Good. I had a question for my story.
Sure. What kind of question?
Oh, well, a personal one, I guess. Maybe not. Never mind.
Come on. I'm curious now.
Okay, I'll try. I'm gonna do this. So I'm having fun. It's different, but neat. And the fighting bits are going well. So's the romance, mostly.
That's great. I'm glad it's going well.
It is. It helps. All of what we do, I mean. Not that I'm writing about us, but, well, it's us inspired.
So what did you want to ask then?
It's my hero. I know who they are, what they look like, all of that. But I can't figure out the why.
Why what?
Why they do it. Risk it all. Save the world. Well, you're a hero. I mean, a real one. So why are you doing all this?
The world's going to end if we don't stop it. And I don't see a whole lot of other people lining up to help.
I wish I could be like that. Facing danger, caution to the wind.
But that's pretty much exactly what you do. All the time.
Sure, because I have to. And I'm scared the whole time.
Everyone's scared sometimes. It's what you do with the fear that counts. Facing it, fighting through it. That's what a hero does.
I guess so. It's hard to think of it that way. We are going up against a god. Multiple gods, actually. That feels heroic. To me, at least. And we're saving the world.
We're gonna see this through. All the way.
I like that confidence. Anyways, I should get back to it. Writing. Thanks, Rook. That helped. A lot.
The Randy Dowager Quarterly Annual. An extra thick annual edition of the Suspect Quarterly. The Randy Dowager puts a bow on the year by gifting us an illustrated Inquisition Exposed, being a modern epic of love, betrayal, breaches torn, and the eternal struggle between concerts, moral, and passions mysterious. An artfully branching, romantic narrative that encourages the bibliophile to self-insert or guide a friend. The Randy Dowager, exhibitions for the noble of thought but spry of step. The lady herself says, a page-turner quickly flicked, describing both issue and reader. 5 scarves fluttering in shock of 5. RD.
There's definitely something in here. Something wrong.
Let us know when this goes from bad to worse.
The eruption's on the other side of that barrier.
We'll need to cut off the tendrils to break through.
And fight a few darkspawn on the way.
Yep. Okay, you know what? You all fight the Darkspawn. I will deal with the Blight Boils. Don't got time for this.
We can get at the tendrils from there.
Yep. I wonder if I could just also kill all the Darkspawn with the gun. Yeah, I think I'm gonna try to kill them with the gun.
A ballista.
Well, that could be handy.
Oh yeah. Any Darkspawn following us? Oh, there's one. Come out, bring them out.
Your turn.
Bring him out into the open. Oh, there's one. And I totally missed him. Come on. Come on. Stupid Darkspawn. There we go. Got him. Bring him out here. There we go. Oh, come on, come on, come on, come on. Yeah, there we go.
All right. Better move before more Darkspawn show up. We're through.
Let's see what's at the heart of this.
Okay, so still can't do anything there, huh? All right. Oh, lovely.
What is... Is that the Blight eruption?
Then heedeth.
The Darkspawn are protecting it. We need to take them out.
Oh, why can't I get my ballista now?
The blight's spreading. We need to stop it.
Okay, let's just go ahead and start taking care of these. My team can work their magic.
The eruption's not happening. Keep fighting. We're not falling to it.
Keep going.
We won't give in.
Oh, whoa.
Ready.
Beautiful.
Made it through.
Of course we did. We are amazing.
This is it. Let's get that eruption.
Am I supposed to just kill it? Oh, yes, that's right. That makes way more sense.
We strike and the whole thing goes up. All right. Time to destroy this thing.
See ya. Let's go back to Antoine and Evka. Well, that was like a really short area. I expected it to be much bigger. But it wasn't. Oh. A chest? Oh. Okay, what's this?
They aren't blighted. Were they dormant?
Maybe. They're beautiful. Much like you. Ah, Orc. Hi.
We knew when you hit that eruption, the blight around Lavendel reacted. And there was a sound in it, like nothing we've heard before.
What happened in there? What was it like?
I'm just glad I wasn't alone in there.
I can imagine. Many deserve thanks today.
When the eruption was destroyed, Some of the bigger tendrils pulled back. The remaining blight won't vanish overnight, but it's a good sign. And this place opened up.
The flowers here, they managed to survive, buried, untouched. They have a chance to return now.
That's incredible. I wasn't expecting flowers.
It's what we're here to do, to make this possible again.
We thought the Grey Warden's purpose would end when the last archdemons died.
And that time's almost here. It's unbelievable.
The Order is those of us left now. When the archdemons fall, some wardens will hang up their swords. Until their calling, at least.
So the wardens are finished?
No, our numbers may get smaller, but Evka and I will be here. Others will stay too.
There's still blight in the world. There's something new calling to it. And to us.
There's blight inside us too. If it changed out there, have we changed as well?
What matters is that if new evils show up, we'll be here to keep them back.
Do you really think something inside you has changed?
It's possible. Or maybe we're the same. But does that mean we'll be the same? You can't sense the blight. But trust us, it feels different. And the sound is changing too.
As for what it means, it's like Antoine said. We don't know yet.
Are you doing okay with all this? Really?
Don't worry. I'm good. I've got everything I need right here.
Me too.
I'm sure you'll be fine, but if there's anything I can do, just say.
Of course. It's good we answered your first letter. And it didn't catch fire.
What?
It may have come close to an explosive, but we all met in the end.
The blight feels relentless most of the time. We see what it does up close.
A world dying, how it spreads. But we keep going.
And look, these flowers can make it back.
They really can. And they're beautiful.
I think so.
Lavendel was named for flowers. They must have been everywhere before. When we get back...
We can stay here a bit longer first.
Oh, yes. I thought I heard birds earlier. Maybe we can find them?
Aww, something's coming. The Blight eruption was destroyed, and its hold on the Hossberg wetlands is over. While it will take time for the rest of the Blight to recede, there's hope life will return once more. Though uncertain about what the future holds, Evka and Antoine are optimistic for what comes next. Love it!
The wetlands aren't fully healed.
But some places barely come back at all.
Yeah. Pushing back the blight. It's possible.
There were flowers at Lucanis' villa. He might appreciate these. I could always give him the tour.
Oh, that's so sweet, Neve. Oh, I picked up flowers, but I don't know what I'm supposed to do with them. Still alive. Rook, what you've done for Lavendale, I thought I should thank you. But now I'm writing this and I can't find the words. Our village is no stranger to bad luck and unfortunate occurrence. Somehow, part of it always stays standing, but that doesn't mean the people always survive it. Yet so many of us are still here. It's because you and Evka and Antoine never saw us as a lost cause. This is the Anderfels. If you aren't dead, then you're still alive. I may have a warden's lifespan, whatever that means now, but I'm still alive. Every day, I see more flowers returning. Oscar taught me how to use them to help others. I'll make sure his lessons live on. Sincerely, Flynn.
You spend far too much time here, Dorian.
This is where all my favorite people are. Besides, I have news, and every messenger bird I've met is dreadful at nuance.
Magister Parvus, it's good to see you again.
At least someone appreciates my presence.
You're our eyes in the Magisterium. If someone spots you here...
Yes, I know. Can't be spotted with the shadow dragons. You worry too much, May.
Well, what do you have for us?
The cult lost people in Arlethan. and leadership has fallen to Knight Commander Lenos. He aims to bring the city to its knees.
But Minrathous is already falling apart.
I know. While the Varantis' attack on the city could have been much worse, the people's fear in the aftermath is palpable.
And the rumors about the Archon are true. He's dead. Assassinated during the Dragon's rampage. The palace has tried to keep the news from spreading until a new Archon steps up.
And no one has?
No one dares. Not with the Venatori circling like vultures. The risen gods are preparing for something big. And for that, they need fear. Chaos.
Preparing for something big? I don't like the sound of that. We barely got out of Weishaupt alive, and we needed Solas's help in Arlathan.
And that's why we need to know what the Venatori are preparing for. Lenos is the key to all of it. First, we stop what he's planning for Minrathous.
And then we find out what the gods are preparing for.
Let's hope it stays that simple. One of Lenos' Venatori associates is often at the Cobbled Swan. Let's see what we can get from him.
We? Dorian, you can't be going yourself.
It's the Swan. Everyone goes to the Swan.
I'll head out right now.
That's interesting. Oh shoot, was that the I knew that was story. Oh wait, no, it's not. That's weird. It's faction, but it's under this as well. Oh, meet the Inquisitor. Get to the Cobbled Swan. Oh, well, I guess we're going to the Cobbled Swan for 2 reasons.
It's really great what the Shadow Dragons are doing for the city. Still too many people here, though. For me, at least.
We probably shouldn't keep Dorian waiting too long.
Definitely not. Please, please, please do not trigger the Inquisitor. I do not want to do that right now. Okay, good.
There's Dorian.
There's Lenos' associate. According to the shadows watching him, he's nervous and doesn't talk much, but does odd jobs for coin. Interesting, yes? I'll draw him off, you check his belongings, see if you can discover any clues about Lenos' plan.
Mostly gone. Warm. I don't even know what this is. Ale? Looks like he's been nursing it a while. The bedroll. It's definitely seen better days. And it's damp. Sleeping out in the rain.
Minrathous targets. A map of the Minrathous streets near waterworks and an ominous caption. Blight and Darkspawn released. The city yields to the Horde.
Half-eaten stale bread, water flask, muddy socks, and this map. Minrathous targets. That doesn't sound good.
It doesn't. What do you think, Neve? You're the detective.
This all sounds like trouble.
What are you poking about in there
Dorian
for?
will want to know.
Oh, what?
The others are bartenders, but I'm the mixologist. I don't serve drinks. I build libations.
Well, I only needed the spear, so thanks. Bye. Bye. Oh. Uncover the Venatori plot. The risen gods and the Venatori are preparing for something, and the team must find out what it is. OMG, are we gonna get to take Dorian with us?
Lenos intends to destroy the city with Blight and Darkspawn.
Carthus. Nothing like an attack to cause chaos in a city. You should head there immediately.
All right, let's go.
Is Dorian coming with us? Because that would be so fun. Come on, Dorian. It's not like you don't know how to use your staff. You are a mage. Oh, he's not with us. That's fine. No Lily or Cassandra in this game either, huh?
Kill them, or your lives are...
I mean, it's fine. I don't miss them. They're cool. I love them and all, but like the people, the characters in this game are just so good that I actually don't miss anyone.
Your lives were there.
Take that.
All right. Let me just do a quick little poke. Quick little poke around, shall we? Oh, and that Venatori is broken.
Nice work, as always.
To be honest, I can't say it's Bioware that does that because I have modded my game quite extensively. Well, that's not true, Stu. Be fair. I've only put 3 mods in, but I did mod it, and then I unmodded it, and then modded it again, and then unmodded it. Because some of the mods are baked in. Like, so for example, the one where I get all of the clothes and outfits and stuff, that's baked in. And what I mean by that is once you release all of the clothes, you can delete the mod because you have it in your save file. It's like once you unlock it, it's there forever. So I don't have to keep playing with that mod. But the mod that takes the jacket off of this, for example, that ain't baked in. So that's something I have to keep playing with. The mod that makes the N7 blue, again, not a mod I can remove. But I with Dragon Age Day coming out, I'm like so tempted to like message Bioware and be like, could you please give us more color options for all of these beautiful outfits? Thanks. The Silent Toad. A silent toad. Old stories claim Dumat, the old god of silence, had a toad companion, usually silent itself. Those who heard the toad croak would die soon after. Ooh. How morbid. Take that. Heal myself up. Why not? Alright, Venatori. How are you still here? Gosh, I feel like all we do is kill Venatori. Let's go this way, shall we? What's over here? A big machine wanting to kill us? Oh, what a shock. Okay, let's just freeze ya. Let's ice cube ya. Let's set ya on fire. And then let's just kill you with this laser beam until you die.
Great shot, Neve.
Are you, Bellara, are you blind? Are you freaking blind? Okay, I am the one that killed that damn thing. What are you talking about, good shot, Neve? I mean, I'm not saying that Neve's not fabulous. She absolutely is. But I mean, let's just call a spade a spade. That was all me. That was all me. I have no idea what you're talking about, Bellara. What are you on, girl? And give me some. No, I'm kidding. But seriously, I didn't even take any damage. I was a boss in that little battle. What are you talking about, Bellara? Bellara is just like going crazy. What was the point of this ladder? I guess we have to go back up, maybe. But I mean, there's stairs right there. Okay. And what's over here? Can I jump over? I doubt it. It's pretty far away, to be honest.
Something tore through these gates. Something big.
Did it now. I need to go study that area now. Missed that. Let's see. Oh, yes, I could see that. Definitely something tore through it. Not ideal, is it? No, no, no.
Watch out! I bet this dark spawn was what tore through the gates.
Well, he's going bye-bye. And see, Bellara? That's how it's done. I freaking killed that thing.
Well, look at that.
See, again, no praise. You know, I'm starting to think that you two have some sort of plot to sabotage my praise. See, I still don't even need any health. I did not take any damage. Oh!
Coming.
What the hell are you guys doing here? Why? Oh. Anything over here?
More blights in the way.
I don't see nothing. So let's continue. Oh, that was the way to go. Yes, let's go this way. Bye.
That did it. We can get through now.
Think there's enough of them?
Yeah. Hi.
Do it, Rook.
Oh, there's the phrase that I was looking for. Are you just buttering me up now? She feels sorry for me that I almost fell off again.
Everything's crumbling down here. Might be tricky to get out.
At least a dozen people have been lost trying to map this place. Thought I'd mention that.
We need to find the other boil. Find the blight boils. We need to clear the way and keep pushing. We got it. Way should be clear.
Oh, what do we got over there? Some chests. I see you. You're mine.
Shadow dragons? How did you find this place? Venatori, to me! Do you think you've won? Do you think you could stop the Venatori? Or the risen gods?
I won't give up the city to them. Or to you.
The Shadow Dragons have brought nothing but chaos to the city.
At least we're not trying to blight it.
Fight on, Neve!
Again, Bellara. Look at the facts. The facts are I'm the one that killed the guy. Oh.
That's one less corrupt Templarian in Rathus.
Can't say he'll be missed.
Let's look around, see what we find.
Yeah. What did we find? I don't see anything here. So I guess it's in here? Do I see some loot opportunities? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, hey. Let's just get all the loot first and then we'll deal with the rest later. What's this? The gods' ritual. Lena's preparations for the risen gods' ritual demand more soldiers. Sow chaos within the city. Make the people desperate. Tell them the Venatori and the gods will deliver them. Do not disappoint.
The risen gods' ritual. That's what the gods in the Venatori are preparing for.
Scroll of Eternal Victory, a Venatori declaration of ultimate victory over the Shadow Dragons, forever removing their filth from the history of Tevinter. Again, they are nothing if not consistent. We aim for nothing. Letter. The Magisterium is ours. The Templars are ours. The palace can no longer hide that Archon Radonus is dead. The city spirit will soon break, and the Venatori shall rise.
Lenos' documents. They detail the Venatori's long-term plans and what they want to do to Tevinter.
Well, that's going to be helpful for us, the Shadow Dragon team. Anything else? Okay, so just this last bit. Elven star charts. Ancient elves drew from the magic of the celestial spheres and wove their greatest enchantments beneath that darkened sun. A full eclipse approaches, which is an auspicious portent for our risen gods, Vilya.
The These star charts predict an eclipse to make magic stronger.
Performing a magic ritual under an eclipse would make it powerful. That's what they're planning.
All this, the ritual, the eclipse, and the Venatori plans, we have to bring this to the Shadow Dragons immediately.
Evil old gods, rituals, waiting for the stars. It's about as Tevinter as blood magic and hubris. Learning about the gods' plans is wonderful, of course. But the lists of magisters you got your hands on, now there's the real gold.
You've looked at it already. Of course you have.
Information on their backers, the ties to illegal slavery. Don't you see what this means? This is power, May. Imagine becoming Archon and using this against those who've been hurting the people for years.
You, on the throne, Dorian.
Tell me that wouldn't be a splendid way to bring about real change.
Changing Tevinter, helping people. If we can get something good out of all this, I'm for it.
You've given us an opening, Rook, and believe me, we shall seize upon it.
But how would you use this information exactly?
Dorian wants to use it to crush our enemies by whatever means necessary. I prefer to use it to rally the people. I say we make the information known. Allow the people to see the real justice served. Prove that from now on, we work for them.
We tried that already. Or have you forgotten the Lucerni? I no longer trust that political machine will work in our favor. No. We must get at the root of the problem before they can react. A more forceful approach. Destroy them and their networks utterly.
Swords and spies and blackmail? The devious means you learned in the South? If we go outside the system, we invite everyone else to do the same. No, we have to do this in the open. Show the people of Tevinter that we're here for them.
We're Shadow Dragons. It's right there in the name. You supported this because you knew the system didn't work for the people.
The point was to work in the shadows until we could work in the light. And Rook has brought us what we need.
May, the Imperium's politics burned you once and you still...
Enough. We're not the only ones who have a stake in this. Rook, you have been instrumental in all this. Which strategy do you prefer?
Dorian, are you really suggesting violent revolution?
Not necessarily. Sometimes a mere threat of violence is sufficient.
He learned that from his friends in the South. I hear Ferelden settled a succession crisis with a duel.
It worked. Astoundingly.
We're not Ferelden.
I'm merely saying we need to consider bold and creative methods of achieving our ends. The game is rigged. Why play by rules crooked magisters already exploit? Clear the board and start over. If they're gone, we can fill the magisterium with those who respect the office. Then we'll actually see progress.
Nevaris, you really believe making this evidence public will work?
Dorian wants to work behind the scenes, but once again, it's the Magisters and Highbloods pulling the Imperium's strings. That doesn't inspire. It's a tactic used by our enemies. We need to show Tevinter that we can be different.
Unless they find some way to bury it? Or leverage their wealth, power, and status as they often have before?
Politics is a long game. If we use force against our enemies, our allies will remember it.
What sort of change are you trying to achieve?
For a start, slavery. Abhorrent. It needs to go no more.
And Tevinter has been ruled by the Altus Mages for all of its history. That must change. The Zoparati, non-mages, deserve a say in their own governance.
And all that's just the beginning of what will undoubtedly be a long journey.
Shouldn't you be on the same side?
We are on the same side. We both know what Tevinter needs. How best to get it, that's the question.
If we went with Dorian's plan, I'd support it fully. But we won't, because he'll come around and realize that I'm right.
And I'd absolutely back you up on that, if you were right, which you aren't.
We'll see.
Will we?
You want me to choose who will be Archon? But I'm not even from here. I can't decide.
Then talk to the ones who are. See what they say. Asher and Tarquin, Neve, Gallus, they're all a part of this, just as you are. We should all be comfortable with whatever course we take.
All right. I'll go do that.
Oh my gosh, I get to talk to Neve Gallus about it. Yes!
Grand news about Lenos. One less crooked Templar in town.
The city will be better off with them gone.
We can hope.
Lenos made my life miserable. Rana's too.
I hear he started out different. Maybe he once cared about something other than gold. But I didn't know that, Lenos. And I'm not going to mourn the one I did. Still, I'll thank the bastard for writing everything down. And delivering it to us all neat.
Dorian and Maevaris still have to decide what to do with everything we got from Lenos.
I just don't know enough about Tevinter to know what's best for its people.
I suspect this decision will determine Tevinter's path for years to come.
Then Dorian's way is my choice. He knows you don't stop to talk when you find a hole in the enemy's defenses.
Dorian is a brash rebel.
And Maevaris too much of a romantic.
I think the people will appreciate Maevaris returning as the leader they've always wanted to see.
No. They'll appreciate their lives actually changing for the better.
What do you think might happen, depending on who leads?
With May, she gets power back again. Gets one more shot at changing Tevinter from the top down. Worst that could happen is nothing. But that's what you risk when all you rely on is hope. But with Dorian...
We could get chaos, strife. Things might get harder before they get easier. If they get easier.
I'll take my chances.
And whoever leads will have the Shadow Dragon's support, right?
Count on it.
We'll keep fighting. For Dorian. Or for Maevaris.
What else is there to do in this town, anyway? It rains all the damn time.
Legit.
So, what do you think?
Lenos is gone. We got information about the Venatori's plans, the god's ritual. I'd call that a good day.
I meant about Maevaris and Dorian. We all want change. Who will be more effective in getting it?
Oh, that. You're dragging me into it?
This is your city. Don't you think you should have a say?
Maevaris Talani has been in this game for decades. She's dedicated and ruthless when she needs to be. Dorian Parvis is a wild card. Flashy and inventive, he'll keep his enemies on their toes. But if you're asking me, I'd go with Maevaris. She'll inspire people, show them that the Magisterium can be better than it is. Right now, after the gods and everything else, that's what this city needs. What we all need.
Thanks, Neve. That helps.
That's what I'm here for.
Well, I love you, Neve, and I'm gonna take your advice because Neve's the best. That's all there is to it.
Maker. A full quarter of the Magisterium supporting a cult. Bending the knee to these risen old gods just for a taste of more power. Can they not see they're only tools for the gods? So they can destroy the world?
Demanding intelligence, rationality, and self-awareness from our peers. You ask too much, Maevaris.
Look at me. Such a fool.
Ah, it's Rook. You spoke with the others.
What do you think? Who should be leading the charge from here on?
What happens after it's decided who'll lead?
Well, Lenos is gone, the cult's numbers are down, and they're scrambling to prepare for the god's ritual. They'll be distracted. It's a perfect opportunity to get our preparations in order.
All plans contingent on surviving the current disaster, of course.
Maevaris should lead.
I will not squander the opportunity. That is my promise to you all.
And May will have my full support, of course. For when enemies get in our way.
They will. It is Tevinter, after all.
The risen gods are still causing chaos. The people will need your voice to keep them fighting.
Oh, they will fight. This city has strength enough to stand against any so-called gods. We will win the day, and after that, we will win a brighter Tevinter for all of us.
Oh, that was so cool. The soul of a city. Working with the Shadow Dragons, the team thwarted a Venatori plot to crush Minrathous and uncovered crucial information about the Magisterium that paves the way for a new Tevinter Archon. Oh, I'm so glad Nevaris is Archon. I mean, I love Dorian. If Dorian had been, Nev's choice and also like the more compassionate one, I would have chosen him. But he wasn't. And whose fault is that, Dorian? Yours, okay? That's your fault. Okay, so I think that let's just go back to the lighthouse real quick. Oh, Sugarfoot. Did not mean to do that. Oh, well. Okay, do I have anything here? Okay, nothing here. But what do I have here? Do I have Shadow? Okay, so Shadow Dragons, Cray Wardens. I can upgrade both of their shops. And Teven Crows. I can't upgrade theirs, but they're gonna get all of my bloody valuables.
Bellara, I'm sorry about Syrian.
It's hard. At least I got to talk to him at the end. The real him.
That's something. But I'm sure it still hurts. If anything happened to Hassan.
Cherish him while you can.
That's the truth.
That's it. We just got there, y'all. Yes! I'm not upgrading the store because I can't, but every single place is perfect strength now. And that makes me very happy. So let's go back to the lighthouse because the only thing we can do is main story. So we have two options. So we can go return to Docktown via the crossroads. The Inquisitor wants to meet. Okay, I feel like that's probably not going to be that exciting. And then this is going to be pretty exciting. So I think that we'll do the Docktown one first. And since he and Neve are together, I guess I'll take Neve and Lucanis when we get to Treviso. But right now, we're not in Treviso. We're in Docktown, so I'm taking Bellara and Neve. Duh.
I thought I'd let go of Syrian the first time. I didn't. Not really. This time, I don't know. I still don't know if I will.
You never do. Funny, the things that wake you up years after you think they're gone.
I'm at peace with it. Real peace this time. So even if I carry it with me, it's lighter now. Maybe I'm not making sense. Am I making sense?
More than you think.
A notice found on a wall in Docktown. A sketch of the Archon's palace is crossed out in red paint. They'll torch us if it suits them. They've done it before. They've bled our bodies and butchered our cities to feed their hunger for power. And they're always hungry. Make them remember the Tevinter they've forgotten. The Tevinter hidden down here, in the darkness beneath the towers. The Highbloods don't own us. They don't own Tevinter. If they will not share it, then we will take it from them. There are dragons in the shadows too. There are more of us than them. Bring the light. Legacies and Legends. Meet with the Inquisitor. Get to the Cobble Swan. A request to return to the Cobble Swan leads to learning more about Solus's relationship with the Inquisition.
These meetings can't be good for business. I'm here, Inquisitor. It isn't just Inquisitor, is it? You were someone before that.
I'm a Trevelyan. Feels like someone I haven't seen for a long time. Morrigan is holding a perimeter. We're alone. Tell me what Solus did at Elganon's ritual.
Sounds like you already know.
I need to hear it from you.
Elganon raised his archdemon. Solus got us out of there. We saved a lot of people.
You sound grateful.
Why not? He really did help.
It seems so. He's always thinking about where it ends. How many of his names do you know? God of Lies, Dreadwolf, Fen'Harel? They're titles he earned from enemies, followers, and fractured history. I once called him by another name. Friend.
Some friend.
And do you always agree with your friends?
We're pretty aligned on whether or not to destroy the world, if that's what you mean.
I will never excuse what he's done. He's killed people I held dear. You know this too.
But
he became those names when he fought gods. And regret for his world turned into destroying ours. Sound familiar?
You're making us sound like Solus. That's uncomfortable.
We're not like our enemy. They're making us do this.
Simple as one of Varric's morals. Don't become what you hate.
Or trapped by what we've lost. Also one of his. Tell me about the team you've built.
Are they a concern, or...?
You're handling things. This part, what you have now. I just miss the banter about friends.
Rook, thank you for meeting with me again. There are precious few in this world who understand the particular burdens people like us carry. And while I don't imagine either of us begrudge our responsibilities, sometimes just knowing that someone else understands can lift that weight. Much as you hold your own people together through what must often seem like sheer force of will, so too must I keep the fragile alliance of the South alive. Even though I was only gone for a brief sojourn to speak to you, I returned to no small amount of chaos that I needed to spend time repairing. In my last letter, I said that it felt like the calm before the storm, and it still does. The blight continues to creep forward, slowly but inexorably. But we've seen very little of the Darkspawn, even as the corruption claims more and more of our lands. We've had more success to the west, where we've won several battles against the Venatori, and to the north, little trace remains of the Antam dreadnoughts at the mouth of the Waking Sea. Still, the storm is building. We can all feel it. There's a tension in the air, and before we know it, the winds will howl and the thunder roll. Until then, we wait, we ready ourselves, and when the time comes, we will stand firm against the gathering darkness. Yours, the Inquisitor. Notes from the Inquisition. Inquisitor. Greetings from miserable rainy Minrathous. Don't tell Dorian I call it that. The rotten weather here is making me nostalgic for Skyhold. The mountains were freezing, but at least the air didn't smell like wet garbage. We'll have to get in another game of Wicked Grace soon. Harding picked up the trail again. I tell you not to worry, but I know how useless that is. Instead, I'll just say, I've got a great team on this. Neve could stare down the Maker, and wait until you meet Rook. He's a natural, smart, resourceful, completely unpredictable. You'd like him. As long as you don't try to beat him at cards. Chuckles will never know what hit him. I'll write again once we have something solid for you. Drinks at the Hanged Man are on me when this is over. Take care of yourself, Varric.
Rook stopped the Auton. Took down their comic maker. I can't believe you're defending them.
I am not defending anyone, Jacobus.
You're letting them be a part of this? My cousin died because the governor didn't stop the Antam from taking over.
Jacobus?
I'm fine. But I'm not going to be a part of this.
Well, now that unpleasantness is dealt with, about your mysterious informant.
Whoever they are, they know the Antam and Treviso.
Your message made it sound like this informant also knows where the gods are staging their ritual.
Treviso does not need this troublemaker. This should be left to proper officials.
It very much concerns Rook. We have a contact who offers access to the Butcher and privileged information on the gods.
A chance to find your gods and to free the city. A prize for both our causes.
Both are important. Strong with the crows, strong against the gods.
Someone else seems to think so. The contact knows the city and the Antam.
How do you know it's for real?
They gave us patrol patterns. Dreadnought arrivals. Their information is real.
And you didn't share this with me?
People in this city continue to sicken and die. Do you not have other more pressing matters to attend to?
So where are we meeting?
Near the field hospital, where the market used to be.
And they asked for me, not you or Viago.
Even with what happened to Treviso, your fight against the gods is spoken of by many. You have respect, and no small admiration.
From who, though? That's the question.
What about the human help the Anton was getting? You have any leads on that?
We continue what you started. The other Talons are turning over every stone.
You trust them? Not even your first Talon is safe from your infighting.
We are all Antivan crows.
And yet those of us sworn to Treviso are beneath you.
Hypothetically, what if I'm walking into an ambush?
I would prepare for one.
Not everything is an adder in the wardrobe.
I said to prepare. I didn't say not to go.
There's really no clue who it is.
They're foolish enough to think crows are reliable. That's a clue about their worth.
They promise help.
So do you when you're not killing each other. Treviso deserves better.
It's getting the best.
That has yet to be proven.
I'll talk with this mystery contact.
And the rest of us will hope not to get caught in your crossfire again.
If we can remove the Butcher and weaken the Antam, then perhaps Treviso can start to heal from the Blight. With luck, this informant is our key to that. Find them, Rook. Hear what they have to say. Our informant is near the field hospital, Rook.
They said you'd know them on sight.
Remember, there are injured people there. Don't damage anything.
Okay, well, you are a lovely piece of crap, aren't ya?
An unknown contact. Sounds like a trap.
We're fighting gods with the crows. I'm curious who would try to trap us. If our informant actually knows where Elganon and Gillenane are performing their next ritual, it's worth the risk. Okay, Iago and Taya said our informant is somewhere in the market. Let's find them. I just hope their supposed information about the god's location is actually true.
A message from the crows leads to the team uncovering a secret that's been poisoning Treviso.
Rook, I presume.
The Butcher.
There's no need for that. Treviso is the trap, not this meeting. Please. So tense. I promise, I'll signal when it's time to fight.
Strange way to ambush someone.
I don't have to ambush anyone. You think I couldn't just march on the crows? Scattered Antam flock to me. I have the soldiers to raise your casino and every inch of this city.
But I'll bet there's no profit in actually winning.
There's money being made by the occupation, but not by me. I said Treviso was the trap, and I meant it. The jewel of Antiva. She sings even while caged. Such purity in every stone. It's trapped my heart. I love this city.
You have a strange way of showing your affection.
I conquered it. I didn't betray it. Not like the cattle born here. You know there are traitors here. They ransom their own city. Literal gods stalk the land, but these filth worship their own purses. But you're different. You and the crows stay true to your roles. It means something when you die, and even more when you kill. You're as much a work of art as this city. And you want a secret from me.
If you really do love this city, you'll tell me where the gods are holding their ritual.
They give strength. But all they ask in return is everything. I can feel their corruption. I can hear their whispers. They're calling for a ritual. If I give in, I'll know where you need to go. But I will lose my jewel. My city! So... you live in a casino. Let us make a game of this. I will become what the gods want. Welcome their whispers. Meet me and show me if the crows deserve my city.
Wow. The Butcher was our contact, and he's letting himself fall to the Blight. Finish them up. So the Butcher wants us to prove we're worthy of saving Treviso. That's what's happening.
He's given in to the gods' corruption.
Well, he had no choice if he was going to give us the information, right?
Everyone's acting like normal. Like the Butcher hasn't gone nuts.
Who would believe it?
Safer to keep your head down, I guess.
I see what you need. Prove you deserve it.
Hear the shift in his voice? He's changing.
I see. My Treviso. They'll not abandon you to the traitors who gave you to me.
There's the Butcher. He's a Reaver and fighting his own Antam.
That thing cannot answer questions.
We have to hope he's still in there.
Okay, yes, that's very true.
I see you, Rook, and I see the ritual. Match me, fight me, win this city! I see Tearstone Island! The ritual! Tearstone Island!
He's gone. And he named the ritual site Tearstone Island.
The Butcher didn't lie, for whatever that's worth.
He got the death he wanted. Good trade, I guess. And he gave us the information we came for.
Yes, truly the Butcher was a paragon of honor and virtue, and we are all devastated to see him go.
Eventually.
And now you have a location for your final pointless confrontation. The gods are at Tearstone Island. Isn't that what you wanted? A chance to die a hero's death? So go. Leave Treviso to those who deserve it. What's left of it, anyways.
Is there anything else you'd like to tell us, Governor?
Oh, please, just say what you're thinking.
You sold Treviso out to the Antam.
I did what I did to help this city, to save it, to keep my people from being slaughtered like cattle by the Antam. And you let us suffer and sicken in favor of Minrathous. I gave up the crows. You gave up the whole city. Treviso is dying, Rook, and its killer wears your face.
You weakened Treviso long before that blighted dragon attacked, Governor. What if Treviso's people could have fought back? Could have rallied to the city's defense? But the Antam kept them weak, let them die. That happened because of a choice you made. I live with the consequences of my decisions. Can you say the same?
You live with nothing, Rook. You have the luxury of distraction, of defining all your actions by the greater good. So take your team to Tearstone Island. Face Elgernon and Gillinane, strike them down. Or don't. Either way, Treviso is dying. But it's still mine. Leave its funerary rites to one who cared enough about this city to make themselves its villain.
I mean, it was pretty obvious that he was the one selling them out.
It makes sense now. Every decision they made shows it.
The governor betrayed us all. And for what? A city that is sick, and whose recovery will be measured in years.
I take it you heard? The butcher's dead.
And in his place is the traitor we knew was lurking. And the Antam fell in line?
Whatever the Antam are looking for, Eventually's giving it to them.
The Blight changes things. Even the Antam fear it. The governor has given them a clear purpose. They were more cunning than I thought.
If only we'd figured out it was Eventually before all this started.
I wish the same. But regret does neither of us good.
We knew someone had delivered Treviso to the butcher. You brought us their name.
The hand that leashed Treviso. The butcher was the mouth, but the hand was Evenchi all along. They think they have the power in the Antam, and a network doing their will.
But we have the face of our enemy.
Evenchi will be hiding, so we will hound their Antam and make them desperate.
When the governors show themselves again, we end this.
Eventually keeps talking about restoring order and rebuilding Treviso. But what then?
I believe the good governor's plan was to risk the city to try and claim the nation. If the Antam beheaded the crows, who would merchant princes hire? Who would invaders fear?
As if the Antam would fill that role. This was a bookkeeper's angry grab at power.
When Eventually left, they made it sound like they were planning something.
I suspect it will be about restoring order as they see it, and that the crows will be first on their list.
Whatever the good governor's intent, we'll end it.
You're not concerned the gods will send the Antam more support?
The gods might come for us, but they're coming for everyone. I believe you are crafting the answer to that, and we will help as we can.
We'll stop Eventually.
The gods. Did you learn where they will be?
Tearstone Island. Eventually confirmed it before they left.
We know the time to face Elgernon and Gillanane approaches, but it will not take us long to find Evenchi.
If you truly want to help Treviso recover from the Blight, help us deal with the governor.
We'll let you know when we'll make our move. And after that, Treviso will be free.
Oh, for the love of Treviso. The Blight-corrupted butcher revealed Tearstone Island as the location of the god's next ritual. He is dead, but the governor Evenchi declared themselves the one who betrayed Treviso to the Antam. Now Evenchi controls the Antam, and the crows must fight harder than ever to dispose the corrupt governor.
I need to get the team around the table and talk about what's next.
Well, that seems important. It's the only thing that we can do. Is there any other missions we can pick up? Nope. And nope. And nope. 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 And no. So yeah, we will be going back to the lighthouse. However, maybe there's some conversations we need to do before then. Oh. Yeah. Okay, let's go pick up the mission, and then we'll go do that time-intensive conversation. Then I'll do all my readings, because obviously just got a missive. Cannot forget about that. Note from the crows. Rook, we've gotten wind of the governor Evenchi's plans in Treviso. It is not good. Come find us in the diamond. I literally just got back. Okay, well, we're gonna do that. Okay, we will do that before we do the next part.
So, the other griffins, you decided what to do with them, right?
Yeah, they'll be happier in the forest. And who knows, maybe they'll drop in if we need them.
Right, oh, that's great, but just to be sure, you didn't find an extra one, did you?
Bellara, you can't have a griffin.
I didn't say anything.
You don't have to.
Spite will not stop demanding revenge for Treviso. Is there any more we can do?
Bro, I am working on it. Like, it's all I've wanted to do. Okay? But you are being a pain in the boot, hey.
Up for a trip to the Cobbled Swan?
Why? What's happening?
Nothing that I know of. With Aelia taken care of, I thought we'd check in. Maybe enjoy the Swan for once?
OMG, that sounds like so much fun. Let's do that. Let's do that. Neve plans a visit to the Cobbled Swan, and this time, it's not for a case.
Thought the cart was done when the Venatori grabbed me. You did a good job polishing her up.
I was happy to help. Besides, Neve might starve without your cart.
Yeah, well, free fish next time. You too, Gallus.
Sure, Hal. Rana, I've got someone for you to meet.
Right. I'm almost finished here.
Good reading? And here I thought you'd be working our cases.
I got a tip on a red lyrium smuggler who leaves coded messages in the paper. I placed a coded ad pretending to be a buyer. If the smuggler took the bait, I'll know where he's trading the goods.
Anything I can do to help?
Cooperative. Are you sure you're Neve's friend?
All right. What are we after?
We're looking for the phrase Virantium Brandy.
Got it.
Hold on. What's this? Neve, Gallus, and Rana Savas, investigators?
Right. That. I may have paid for another small advertisement.
You what?
If we want to help people, they need an easier way to find us. It's approachable.
I regret this already.
Dogtown couldn't ask for better protectors.
Oh, it could, but we're all right.
There. Virantium Brandy. I know where to stop the red lyrium deal. This one, anyway.
Good catch. You might work out after all. Still, I'd prefer you have backup when you need it. And if I'm not around... Rana, meet the Viper. I put in a word for you.
The Viper? You're real? Wait, a word? For what?
Come. It's time you met the Shadow Dragons.
Are you Neve Gallus?
How did you...
I saw your advertisement. I need your help.
Then you're in the right place.
Look at you. Dogtown's hero.
Isn't that wholesome? I blame you. Have a seat. I'm guessing you've got a story.
I know it's not sad, but I'm sad because I love these characters. Looking after Dogtown. Advertisement for the Dockside Discourse, annotated by Neve. Neve Gallus and Rana Savas, investigators, top billing for seniority or alphabetical advantage. Day or night, nothing too small or too hopeless. Hits the point. People are talking about Aelia getting stopped too. Ask after Rana at the Tallow. Kicked from her old place. Tallow, not bad. Get her a potted plant? Ask Lace. Message from the front. The drums of war. Rook. Events move with tremendous speed. Much that we thought certain has turned out to be only wishful thinking, and every day we find ourselves pushed to our limits. The Darkspawn, until now, little more than a trickle, have become a flood, and we've been forced to abandon villages and settlements all across southern Ferelden. We have retaken Skyhold from the demons that infested it, and there we've bought refugees from this onslaught. How fitting that the fortress that housed my people when we waged war against Corypheus should serve to once again protect the innocent from would-be gods. Yet, I fear that even Skyhold won't be sufficient. Already the Darkspawn have claimed Redcliffe, and the shores of Lake Callahan writhe with the Blight's corruption. Our land sickens and dies, and I fear that whoever among Ferelden's people lived through this relentless assault will starve to death instead. It's a cruel fate for those who have already been through so much. Skyhold stands as firm as the rock of the mountains themselves, but stone provides such little sustenance. The The chastened and Avar hunt and bring food, but even they return empty-handed more often than not. But hope remains. There has been no sign of the Antam in the Waking Sea, and reports from Orlais suggest that the Venatori have been fought to a standstill. The Free Marchers have unified under a single banner, and even now march south to aid us in our struggle. I can't say with confidence that we'll win this war, but we will make the gods pay in blood for every inch of ground. The people of Thedas have not yet fallen, and I hope they never will. Yours, the Inquisitor. I don't think we're gonna get this. What is this? What does this mean? Like a loyal Veilguard person? Yeah, I don't think we're ever gonna get anywhere with Lucanis, but you know, I've given up hope. The game is pretty much over, I think. So, we're basically screwed on that front. I've tried everything I can. But yeah.
It worked. The crow...
Rook, good. We have discovered what Ivenchi is planning for Treviso. When you fought the Kamek Master in the garrison, you mentioned a note you found that said some Kamek had gone missing.
We have discovered who stole it.
Ivenchi.
The governor intends to release it all around the city to pacify violent seditionists.
They called us reckless, and now... Now Ivenchi will ruin the minds of thousands in this city to have their peace and order.
Who is Ivenchi planning to poison with the Kamek? Aside from the crows.
People who have spoken up too loudly against the Antam.
Anyone too friendly with the crows. I doubt Ivenchi is familiar with poisons. I guarantee the Kamek will spread to the rest of the city as well.
Destroying your own people's minds. How could Ivenchi do this?
By telling themselves there is nothing else to be done.
After the dragon attack, and then the blight, the governor is a coward who has given up on Treviso.
Better to poison the last of it themselves than let anyone else solve these things.
It is finally time to strike. Go to the garrison and prevent Ivenchi from releasing the Kamek.
Once you are there, Thea and I will lead the crows against the rest of Ivenchi's forces in the city.
Understood.
There is something else. Jacobus stormed off earlier. He did not look well.
Look out for him, would you?
Of course. We'll head to the garrison.
Do you think Ivenchi would target the field hospital?
I would not put anything past them now.
I don't know what's gonna happen with Jacobus, but we may have to kill that boy. Or we could just say, hey dude, why don't you just take some of this Darkspawn blood and become a Blighted Warden? And live for another 20 to 30 years if you don't get yourself killed.
There's the garrison. Onto the garrison and the governor.
Please, go on.
The courtyard looks empty.
No guards. Where are the Antam?
Ivenchi must be further in.
Oh, what's this? I didn't see this the first time I came here.
We clear the garrison this time. Ivenchi's got to know there's no way out for a traitor.
Oh, is this the actual way we're supposed to go? Or did I just find something new? OMG.
Intruders!
Oh, hi.
Come down. We can escape across the roofs.
Are we going the right way? I really don't know, but...
Courtyard's full of Darkspawn.
That explains why Ivenchi's Antam were trying to run. She's blighted.
Ivenchi! Prayer!
Wait, Jacobus?
Oh, Jacobus is here. Oh no, did you just see that? Oh, Jacobus has been infected. Yeah, there he is. That's him. This is a mercy.
Okay, now for Evenchi.
I will see you dead if it's the last thing I do before the light takes me!
Who said that? Poor Jacobus. If only you had told us the truth. That you were feeling like you might be blighted, we might have been able to spare you. Anton and Nepcon are good people. Oh.
A strange aura in the air. Something's wrong.
Wait, are these Anton real?
I see the comic is working!
Brooke takes credit there.
Thanks, Snap.
Fight all you want! It won't end any differently!
Got things ready.
Why don't you die? Why don't you give up?
Because we're too strong for you, bro. Oh, there you are. No. Oh, he's dead?
Got us at range.
Oh, wow. We killed him so quick. Look at that.
If that damned dark spawn at the gates hadn't scratched me, blighted me, if you hadn't interfered,
It wouldn't have made a difference.
neither will my death. My comic could have helped stabilize the city, but it's still blighted, dying. Nothing can save Treviso now.
The crows. The citizens helping each other through the dragon and the blight. They're already taking care of each other.
It won't last.
I think it can. And so do the crows. You say you did all this for Treviso, Evenchi. To protect it. But you never really believed in it.
What would you know about the city I love?
Rook, I should have wine. We should toast you.
Evenchi is dead. The comic is being disposed of. All thanks to you.
The garrison's a mess.
Details.
The Antam remain, though with Evenchi gone, I think we will be able to persuade them to move on in the coming months.
People are being moved to safer areas outside the Blight. Crows have time now to patrol for Darkspawn.
It will take years, but we can plan for Treviso's future now that it has one.
Treviso would have fallen long ago if it really didn't have a chance.
I'm not so sure. A city is only as healthy as those who care for it.
You never gave up, Rook. We will repay that in full. But life is so dull if all we talk about are responsibilities. It is time to celebrate.
For our victory.
For Treviso's freedom.
For the crows.
What an excellent idea. Viago, dear, you mentioned something about getting us drinks?
I think we've done what we can for Treviso. We've shown everyone you can stand against the Antam and the Blight.
Time to kill. Jacobus, the fledgling, fell to the Blight in Treviso, but not before using the last of his wits to lead the Darkspawn into the garrison, which overran Evenchi's Antam and blighted the governor. the team put Jacobos to rest, then rushed to stop the despondent Evenchi from unleashing Comic on the city. With them dead, Treviso can finally move forward without being manipulated by one of its own. Journal. One thing left. Lucanis obviously still doesn't like me, but what else is new? Not achieved. Hero of the Veilguard. The highest level of focus and commitment possible for the Veilguard members. Complete companions' personal arcs too. I mean, I freaking did. Like, I did. It came up. Like, I did his mission. Like, what's the problem? Now, do I have any conversations? Oh, I have one with Lucanis. Okay. You better be like, dude, you're the freaking hero. You saved my city. I love you to pieces. If you weren't with Davrin, I would totally sweep you off your feet and like want to marry you because you're the best. And I'm so sorry for being a dick. And then I'd be like, finally.
So why did they do it? Make an entire copy of Weishaupt, I mean.
Probably a memory of home. It's the last thing they recalled before the Blight took over. They were trying to relive that life, but didn't know how.
Well, that's very, very creepy and also kind of makes sense in a weird way.
The joys of being a warden. Survive the battle and there's excitement to follow.
Lucanis? He looks just like me. Spite, I mean, when he manifests.
That makes sense, doesn't it? What's on your mind?
I've been thinking. Treviso is as safe as we can make it. So, when my contract to you is fulfilled, Spite and I will go our separate ways. Literally, I'm going to seek out a way to separate us, wherever that takes me.
A lot of people have tried to cure possession. Sometimes if they can kill the demon in the Fade.
That's what I've heard too, but there's no guarantee of success, especially given our situation.
Because you and Spite were forced together.
And because I pay my debts, even to him.
If you could find a way, imagine what it could change. It would give hope to so many people.
I must start with one person. From what we've seen, changing the world is better done by degrees.
You sound like you've still got some doubts.
Being possessed. It's not like separating oil and water. Each element permanently infuses the other. Spite wears my face, uses my skills. I know I've grown stronger. So, say I cast out Spite with all he's learned from me. What then? What if I free myself, but unleash a true demon of Virantium?
A demon who's worked in a team, saved people, and made friends.
He'd lose them if I cast him out.
You keep saying that. Like you'd miss him.
He's been part of me. He'd be alone.
Spite will only be alone if he chooses to be. But you can't control that. All you can do is trust that you're making the right call. For both of you.
I know. But from someone else, it's easier to believe. And it's easier to see a future I can live with when this is done. To strike hardest, one must aim beyond the target. Let's end it, Rook. You and I and Spite, and all the fury we can muster.
Finally! Oh, yes! Blood runs thicker than wine. But it matters little when family so easily betrays each other. House Delamonte will survive all. Hero of the Veilguard! Your support has allowed Lucanis to face his inner demons and protect what matters most. Defiant and unrelenting, Lucanis gives no quarter to his targets, preying on their weaknesses and giving them no chance to recover. With expertise comes notoriety. This suit is reinforced in every place that counts, protecting against even the most unexpected strikes. Yes! And our bond increased! Yes! And I got some new codexes! Yes! Finally! Lucanis, welcome to the Companion Club, the heroes of the Veilguard. Welcome! Why are you still hardened? Huh? You can't just be cool? You can't just be cool. Lucanis Logbook 5. Dawn, search the library. Mid-morning, discussion with Neve. Archives in Manrathis. Midday, discussion with Emmerich. Mornwatch records, discussion with Harding. Inquisition Associates. My reading on possession has become lax over time, but that will be rectified. Reading list. Abominations, a thorough study including records of conversations taken 910 Dragon to 923 Dragon by Enchanter Kadara of the Oswick Circle. The possessed of what we don't realize from the Weekly Truth in Manrathis, author name unknown. The Kirkwall Incidents, author name withheld. On Envy and Spite trusts nothing to do with Envy demons. The Wardens have dealt with possession. Would their records on the subject survive anywhere? Okay, so no one needs to talk to me. There's nothing I can do in the world. There's only one thing we can do.
Tearstone Island. That's where Elganon and Gillenane will perform their ritual.
With an eclipse, those two can finish their dagger, then tear open the Fade. After that, we've witnessed the horrors Gillenane creates with even a trickle of the Blight. What happens with a flood?
Next eclipse is a month away. That's not a lot of time.
Getting past the Antom Navy won't be easy. They'll be on high alert.
We'd need our own fleet to get past them, which we don't have.
If anyone can find a way around that fleet, it's us. Everything seems impossible at the beginning. Just fight one battle at a time. Varric told me that.
Damn right, kid.
A single boat can sneak past a blockade. We just need to find something that floats.
The Antam fleet may not spot us, but the gods see much farther.
Worse, they know about us specifically. They'll be waiting.
Let's make sure there's too many distractions for them to spot us.
Sounds like you have a plan.
Harding, reach out to our allies. Wardens, Veil Jumpers, all of them. Tell them to be ready to start swinging. We start enough fires, make some noise, and the gods will look everywhere for us. Except at their front door.
You've helped our allies, Rook. They're ready to return the favor.
That takes care of the approach. But what about when we get there? We'll have two gods waiting. Who knows how many Antom? We'll need to be at our best. Question is, are we there yet?
We are ready as we'll ever be.
I'll send off messages to our allies. They'll be ready.
Would Morrigan help? Could Morrigan help?
The world's ending. That's when Morrigan does her best work.
Great. Tell Morrigan the plan. See if the Inquisitor's willing to help us. I know he's busy leading the fight in the south, but he knows this blight won't end until the gods are dead. I hear that we're as ready as we'll ever be, but we can always be more prepared. Weeks until the next eclipse gives us time. Let's use it wisely.
Agreed.
Get some rest, then we'll take care of outstanding business.
Ooh. What? Another codex? Suggesting lighthouse improvements on the back of a crudely drawn picture of the lighthouse in Bellara's handwriting. Some kind of motivating force? Could we make the lighthouse move through the Fade? Look into Canary dreadnoughts. Ask Taash about how they move. Archon's Palace Cannon. Very important. Fade is full of dangerous creatures. If one of them gets close, overcharge using ambient magical energy? Barrier. See above. Also, lots of debris still floating around Lighthouse. Could end up hitting someone's room, send them floating off into the Fade. Inverse Illuvian effect? Instead of moving small objects through mirror, use mirror to move Lighthouse through itself. Very complicated. Dreams not changing nature of reality. Lighthouse is somehow protected from effects. Above. If effects were disabled or dampened, Could we use dreams to create things? Investigate. Addendum, written in Emmeric's careful hand. Dear Bellara, I believe we have spoken several times on the wisdom of turning the lighthouse into something far different than its current purpose. While I doubt neither your knowledge nor your enthusiasm, as we have mentioned previously, the lighthouse provides us with a secret base from which to fight. It is not intended to be some sort of vessel for war. Let us let this line of inquiry rest. Emmerich, written in Bellara's scrawling hand. Dear Professor, this was all purely academic, I promise. Also, do not look under the Alluvian platform. I cannot stress this enough. Bellara. Okay, so world, Docktown, Neve, and Davrin.
How's it going?
Checking where we stand. Alias should be dead, but what can you do?
Will you stop working with Neve?
We'll see. Prices are double, no bonuses, and nothing on the threads.
Fair enough.